Isaac Archuleta plays on one special team, really kickoff team, and he recovered the fumble. He dove in there and got it. So that was important. I had them break down the team and showed how important it was, and it really was. And so that was a nerve-wracking play and an exciting play. It's kind of like you tell a guy he's getting ready to shoot a three-pointer to win the game, and you don't want him to shoot, and you're going, no, and he hits it, yeah. It was kind of one of those situations. But the effort was what played out. Our guys had unbelievable effort, and that effort makes you get lucky sometimes. It really does.
Well, it seemed special teams the whole day, it was about taking the unusual and taking advantage of it.
Right.
And it was effort.
Yeah, Toby Ninus does a great job. We work on all that stuff all the time. We've actually worked on that. If it hit the guy, you have to be ready, prepared for that. Get in there. That's not something that just happens. I will say we haven't worked on Nelson catching it and scoring. He's always had to get it down, but usually you get it and you're having to get down the way it comes to you. He caught it going sort of out of bounds, so he has that option where it's near out of bounds. You either hit it out if somebody's right there, you don't try to catch it, or if nobody's there. So he caught it, and as you notice, he started to go down, and he saw there was nobody there, and he just took off. The only thing I wish I would have advised him on looking back is just fall down at the 2, and then we can run more timeout and then score, and they won't get the ball back. So, and that's something we've talked about that before with other guys going in the end zone with time. If you're up, fall down and run more clock off, because time's really more your friend, and then you can punch it in type thing.
It seems it's been a tough year for special teams, and sometimes you just need these odd things to get you going.
Yeah, we've had some tough things on special teams. We've had some good things, and that's also growing pains. But also the way football is, I think almost every year there's something that crazy that goes one way or the other in special teams. It's just the type of play it is. They're talking about taking the kickoff and the kickoff return out of football maybe. There's been rumors about that. I sure hope not. I understand their thoughts, but I sure hope not, because it's such an exciting play in the game. It's very unique.
Do you put any stock, I guess, in benchmark wins? A win this weekend over a program like USC seems to be maybe the next step for this program. Do you see it that way? Do you put any stock in that, or is this just?
I put a stock in every win. I really do. Getting this win would be big. I think, winning this game, I guess the stock, you would say it would take national, everybody would peer up. You'd see it on ESPN highlights over and over. They'd talk about it. So on that aspect of it would probably, help propel our program a little bit more nationally again. And I think it would help in the recruiting realm, because kids would see it more often. So all of that would be if you say stock, I think there's certain wins that would give you more exposure, and I would say this game would give us more exposure.
Speaking of benchmark wins, I don't know if you've talked about this before, but are you continuing the tradition of bricks for big wins like that?
Dave Platty was talking to me about that the other day, what they can, because I don't know what the criteria is for the brick, because I was looking through there and asking one day, I said, why isn't the Oklahoma win they had a few years ago when Oklahoma was number 30 in the nation? It's not up there. I'm like, what's the criteria for a brick? They were number 3 in the nation and undefeated at the time. It was so we were talking about that, and maybe Zim and Mark Johnson can give me some pointers on what the brick is. And Dave and I we were talking about that at lunch the other day and trying to figure out what that is, because I sure hope there's some brick moments ahead.
It was up to you. Would the win last week be a brick game?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that would be a brick game or not. Like I said, personally, they're all brick wins for me, and I think our players. But I think there's got to be a certain criteria for that brick, what that would mean, I would think. Because it's a great wall. I mean, it's a traditional wall, and I think it's a special wall.
You guys have struggled against upper echelon teams.
Yeah.
Well, how is this game going to could be different? Some of the players have said the Cowboys give me a lot of confidence. Do you see that?
It's kind of funny. We talked about it. I talked about it with the staff the other day a little bit. We've been right in a few of the games, and then something crazy happens. The Oregon State game with the 2 balls that bounced all over the place. The UCLA game where we were right there, and for half, and so there's been a couple different situations where it's just kind of pulled away from us. and then we had a hard time coming back in. We need to make sure we don't let it pull away with something, something freaky or something stupid. So that's what we're, making sure that we try to keep from happening and play, like I said, a full 60 minutes. And this football team is good. They're really good.
Philosophical question, you come from SEC country.
Yep.
A lot of SEC coaches do not let first-year players talk to the media. Why do you allow them?
Dave Platty said that Cepho could handle it, so I trusted. That's because Dave gets to know the kids and hears them and talks to them, and there's some kids he said, well, I don't know if this kid's ready for it or not. So it's a kind of a person-by-person basis on what we feel like they can handle. And then some kids come to me. I've had kids go, Coach, I don't want to talk to the media. So I've gone and help them get in a speech class or do something like just to cut down the being nervous situation. And then later on they would, or we've even had help sessions with kids before, not here, but other places I've been. So I think it all depends on the person's personality and their situation.
You're not worried that they're going to say something that's going to hurt you?
No, I hope not, but kids and grown-ups say stuff every once in a while that hurts themselves or hurts other people. So that's something you just got to live with and work with, and I think that's probably a good growing experience sometimes. Y'all don't try to bait us in any questions either, so we're all right on that. Anything else?
Anything else for Coach?
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.